computer.
Hi,
All
everyone.
right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Oh, hi, Edwin, Carla, Haiti, Manny, Monica, Rachel, Ty, all of you, Armando. So grateful that you are here. This is another week of our Content Creator Mastermind where we teach realtors how to, or we introduce realtors to someone who's crushing it in the social media space. And this week we have the fabulous, amazing homegirl team, Marcela, who's 70% of her business comes from social media. So such an amazing stat, especially in a world where we're evolving, I think, into that. So I think we're coming out of a phase where it's like Mike Ferry, you got to do expired, you got to be on the phones. But now, no, it's like we got to connect with people, right? People want that. They're yearning for coming out of COVID. They want this connection. No more like they don't want to be sold anymore. So I'm excited for you to dive into that. So, anyways, I will give you the space and anything that you want to say about yourself, go for it.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me post this on Instagram and let people know we're on.
Okay.
Hopefully they have the link. All right, let's see. All right, guys. Well, good morning. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I'm happy to be here with you guys. I see so many familiar names. So thank you guys. I know everybody's super busy, but thank you, Rich, for having me on this mastermind. I'm so excited. Energy for me is number one, and energy is so contagious. So I hope that you guys can feel my energy through here. And I hope that I'm able to bring you guys some sort of value that's going to help you in your business, whatever line of business it is that you do. Every day I start off with my intentions, and this morning my intention was definitely to help one or more people try to just navigate through a business, give you guys some helpful tips, and I hope that I'm able to share some great tips with you guys. I always set my morning with 4 intentions. My 4 intentions revolve around health, finances, spirituality, and health. So every single day, I feel like it's important for you to try to set your intentions for the day, whatever that may be. And I hope that, that's going to help you with some mental clarity to get you throughout the day. So let me see this really quick. What's Maribel saying? And relationships. I'm sorry. I think I missed relationships. I want to introduce myself to those of you that don't already know me. I am Marcela Herrera. I am the team lead for Homegirl Team out of Nest Real Estate. We just joined that brokerage and we're super excited about that. I've been doing this business for 12 years. There's Rich, sorry, for 12 years. And one of my mottos is get shit done. We know that every day there's just shit that happens, and my motto is get shit done. So I like to show up every day. I dress up, I show up, and I try to be everywhere that I can be every single day. And I really hate talking about myself, so I'm just gonna get straight to it, okay? Let's see. I believe that this business is definitely number one, centered about building relationships. That is number one. Without that, if your intention in this business is, oh, I want to be in this business because I want to make all this money, I believe that you really have the wrong mindset. I believe that you have to center it around building relationships, because real estate is a business relationship, and the stronger that your relationships are, the more that your business is going to blossom. Not only yourself, but also your business. Okay, that I believe is what's helped me grow my business so much. And I believe that's number one in my business, is building relationships. I'm more than just a real estate agent, a real estate agent for a lot of people. A lot of my clients, friends, they just call me with like the craziest questions that sometimes don't have to do with real estate. The other day I had someone call me like, hey, my Honda Civic is messed up. Do you know like a person that fixes cars? And I was like, in my head, I was like, no, but you know, I quickly changed that mindset and I was like, I'm going to get someone for you right away. I called my client who's a mechanic. I was like, hey, we need this for this certain kind of car. And I was able to get my client that information that they needed. So a lot of the times we forget that if people are coming to us with a question, it's because they trust us. So I feel like that has to do with, you know, the power of relationships. I had to stop and think and kind of train my mindset. Hi, Marina. I had to train my mindset to kind of focus on like the good things, and definitely like all the bad things that come around your day, just kind of let that go. And that takes a lot of like training the mindset. I've had to do a lot of training, like Tony Robbins. I did Tony Robbins, reading a lot of books, a lot of coaching. I definitely believe in coaching. I have a nutrition coach, a coach that helps me with my business. So I believe that all these are going to be like the center of your business in whatever it is that you do. It doesn't just have to be real estate related. It can be for anything. Now, one of the things that I really wanted to focus on, which is I feel like I have a lot of control over, is social media. I am bigger on social media. And like Rich said, 70% of my business does come from social media. I don't pay for any leads. I don't pay to have conversations with people. My business has been built organically, built on building relationships, having people trust me, and most importantly, having good conversations with people. So a lot of my referrals, again, have come naturally without having to pay for any leads. The way that I've done that is kind of putting myself out there, like the genuine me, the real me. You know, everybody kind of has their bad days or they have their bad moments, but like I've had the worst 6 months of my life these last 6 months, and like nobody would be able to tell. I have been able to keep generating the leads. Nobody has to kind of know what's going on the, you know, behind the scenes at home or anything like that. But I've been able to consistently have people realize, hey, I'm real. I'm a person. I'm going to show you the good things, showcase my success. Remind people that it's not just about me. I love supporting small businesses. That's something that my team and I are super huge on. We support small businesses. You guys, social media is free. So having this tool as a way for you to leverage your business is amazing. It's free. I tell the team all the time, social media is free. Like you have so many resources like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and there's so many others that I haven't even spoken about or mentioned. But find what works for you. Be consistent, show up, and definitely be everywhere that you can be. This is a lifestyle business, so the more people that you talk to, the more it's going to help your business grow. Okay. I know that it requires a lot of work. I know that you have to be consistent. A lot of people will say, well, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to talk about. Literally, you can talk about anything. You know, I've said this before, like where you got your coffee maybe in the morning, or where you got your haircut. Like definitely, you don't just have to always make it about yourself. While you're doing that, remind people that you are the expert in whatever it is that you do. Let's see what else. Ooh, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about.
Let's go here. So
Yeah.
I love the mindset around
Mhm.
setting your intentions to start your day, right? You have your intentions, and building relationships is your number one goal. So what's the difference? I'd love for you to explain this. So what's the difference between selling somebody and then building a relationship that cultivates a sale out of it? Do you feel like there's a difference between it?
There's definitely a big difference. I think you build that relationship first, right? You build that relationship with someone first, and then that's going to allow the person they're going to trust you. You know, they're going to trust you. You're going to open up that, and they're going to say, wow, you know what? There is 30 million other real estate agents out there, but I have the connection with you. I make them feel valued. I make them feel safe. I make them feel valued, and giving them that VIP experience as well. But, you know, a lot of people confuse this because not a lot of people are like me. Maybe they're genuine, and maybe their focus is somewhere else, and it's more about the dollar. I feel like people can see through that, though. People can definitely see who you truly are, and they're seeing you because you're posting about yourself on social media. You're posting yourself in front of that Lamborghini. Well, you're going to attract someone that's into that. My clients that come to me, they're probably not going to be attracted to something like that, and that's okay. That's okay, because I struggled with this in the beginning so much. I was like, wait, do I have to take a picture of myself in front of a Lamborghini? Like, that's not me. And I think I did it once. I did it once recently. I like got caught up in this moment, and we were at an event, and a friend of mine, Mario, he owns a Lamborghini, and I was like, I'm gonna take a picture next to Mario in the Lamborghini, and then I put it out there, and I was like, wait a second, this is so not me. So you just have to remember that you have to be your authentic self. You cannot, you can't fake it. You cannot fake it till you make it. That to me is not reality, because people are gonna see through it. So what type of clients are you going to attract? Being faking the funk. Do you get me? So I feel like, to answer your question, it's all about building that relationship first, and then everything else comes along.
Love that. Yeah. I'm in total agreement with you. I believe that if you build the relationship, that's going to parlay and compound into way more things versus just selling somebody one time. Because I feel like sales is such a linear, it's a one-time occurring transaction versus when you build a relationships, now you have a reoccurring relationship that's going to compound, and it's going to be like a tree, right? You're going to, okay, I have Marcela. Marcela has these 10 other people that she's going to refer me to because I didn't sell her. We built a relationship. So I love that. Now, something that I always love to get into is actionable items. So let's talk about what's the mindset behind how you set up your game plan, like your content. Are you just free flowing? Do you have a content schedule, or what are you doing? Because it's super important that people can come away from here and have measurables to go apply. So what is
Yeah,
that?
so okay, so we kind of do go with the flow, because my team and I have kind of tested things like what works, what trendy music works. We try to like perfect it, right? But I feel like there's no way to kind of perfect it, because things are always changing. So it's so hard to not only keep up, but it's just testing things and what works. I don't really believe in setting like a certain time and schedule to do things. I mean, by all means, these are just things that work for me. If those things work for you, that's totally okay. I'm just letting you guys know kind of what works for me. But definitely, like, there's little things that you can do. Like commenting on people's posts, right? A lot of people will do it like the lazy way, or if someone's birthday, right? Where I'm always notorious, like, happy birthday, so and so, happy birthday, Rich. Hope you have a great birthday, right? Instead of just like a little emoji, like, comment more than 4 words. Like, literally make it genuine. Don't be lazy about it. You have to remember that you have to be of value. People can Google everything. They can now GPT every single thing. So how do you bring value to people? So I feel like, to answer your question, we're just going with the flow. We're testing out trending music. We're seeing what works for us. But I don't really focus on those things. Like, I don't focus on, oh, this one hit 12,000 views. To me, those things honestly don't really matter, because I can have 20 million views and like you don't do anything with it. You get me? So don't get so caught up in that. Just be you, be your authentic self, and just realize how can you, or ask yourself, how can you be of value to the consumer that you're trying to attract? You can post educational videos. Educational videos are the best. And people ask, like, I don't know what to post on those educational videos. Well, if you're a real estate agent or in the business of real estate, go on like Zillow. They have frequently asked questions. Go copy those questions that people are asking, and then they already have the answers there for you. And then make it your own. You don't have to copy every single detail. Make it into your own. So you can go on Zillow, you can go on Redfin, all those websites. Just an example of what you can do. There's so much content. We look at other TikTok videos from other real estate agents. Sometimes they're in California, sometimes they're out of state. And then what do? We just kind of, make it our own videos. So what works for other agents may work for you as well. But just remember, like, another big thing is, don't politics. Like, I see so many agents put politics out there, and it just drives me crazy, because you're going to lose. You're ready to say something, Rich. You're going to lose some of your audience, right? So a lot of people are so stuck on like, oh, this or that, and I'm going to Trump, Biden. Like, you know what? I get it. And I know that you're passionate about it, but you definitely want to make sure what you're putting out there, you're being very careful, and don't Bible bash people too. Like, you know what I mean? But politics, it just drives me nuts. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to post. And I have my political views. I want to post them every single day when something drives me crazy, but I stop myself, because I'm like, the politics are not worth me losing a potential client over. It's just not going to be worth it for me. So, no politics, even religion. I will, because I'm super, into my religion, but just got to be careful, and don't engage in arguments. That's another thing. I see people on Facebook all day long, and they're just going and going at it. and it just drives me nuts because I even look at a vendor that I used to use, and he was notorious for going on on Facebook, and I'm just like, man, why'd you have to do that? Now I have a totally, completely different view of you. So no politics, don't Bible bash, and then don't engage in arguments. Now, if people comment negative things on your Instagram or your Facebook, I just leave the comments there. Like, they don't bother me. I'll just say thank you, or hey, you look terrible today. No problem. Thanks. Have a great day. So just remember, don't focus on the negative, focus on the things that you can control, focus on the good. And just remember that your clients can Google everything. So how can you be their Google,
Love that. So just kind of breaking down what you just said, what I love is you are actually commenting, you're commenting value, right? You're like, how can I provide value and how can I grow a relationship on social media, right? Because I feel like there's so many people on social media. I've never even met them in person, but like we're like cheering for each other. So hey, great job on this event, right? And I definitely love that because no one else has told me that. This specific thing you just said is when you leave a comment, leave something more thoughtful than versus like, I don't know, 3 fire emojis, right? Okay. I think as a realtor, like this is like the most common emoji or comment that we see on our posts. And I'll be the first person to say, like, I've done it myself. So I'm gonna definitely take that into account, like going forward. So there's 4 parts that I think about when I'm thinking about like just a funnel. I think about lead generation, lead conversion, retention, and growth, right? That's just like how I think about business wise. So applying it here, I know that you go with the flow. So I'm thinking in the lead generation conversation, I know that you're talking about going with the flow. Now, is there like a minimal amount of videos that you're trying to put out every week? Like maybe it's like, I just want to at least do 3, or is it like, what do you have there?
I do try to be consistent and post something real estate related. And it doesn't always have to be real estate related because not everybody, like real estate agents, you guys, we focus on, oh, buy a house for me, sell a house for me, buy a house for me. And like nobody ever wants to just hear that. So I try to mix it up. So I keep it like every day I'll try to post something. But if it's a post, it's like, hey, what could you buy in Moreno Valley for $550? It's not going to be something like buy a house for me. I'm the agent that you want to work with. Nobody wants to hear that. They're just going to skip through your stories, right? Or I'll make a post like, hey, are you ready to buy a home yet in 2024? I don't give them an option to say no. I give them an option like it's yes or yes, contact me today. That's it. I don't give them a no option on those. That's really been a game changer for me because you don't want to turn them off. It's like you have no option here. It's either yes or call me today. So I try to keep that consistently, or as consistent as I can, but it's definitely no more than 2 posts about real estate every single day. There's like no more, like, because then your views stop going, they start, I see it. I try to look at it every day, the analytics of it. And I'm like, oh yeah, people are kind of getting tired. And then I'll throw something random out there, like a picture of my son or something. And then the views go back up. So, and I also, this is another thing that a lot of agents have asked me is like, should I have 2 Instagrams? So they want their personal Instagram and then they want their business Instagram. For me, I've always believed that you should just stick to one, whatever it is, of like, it could be like Instagram, Facebook, whatever. But I feel that people want to know that there's a real person. They don't want to just see, hey, I just sold this house. Hey, I just sold that house. I definitely feel that you should have one. And it's okay if you have 2. I'm just letting you guys know kind of what has worked for me is it's business, it's fun, it's giving back to the communities, which everybody knows I'm super for. It's supporting small businesses, it's getting other people's name out there as well, not just mine. So that's a big thing for me too, is like people will try to separate the 2 and have their personal side and then their business side. But I feel like it's okay. People want to know you. They want to be able to relate to you. Keep it one. Keep it simple. I always say, keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple.
There you go. All right. So let's do this. I'm going to share your page real quick. And I'm going to ask you a few questions on it. So let me see if this works. All right. You can see it? Awesome. All right. So tell me up here, and I asked different people this, so I'm just curious. Do you have a specific layout here that is for any reason that you learned somewhere, like in your
Yeah, I
bio?
will. Yeah, I'll share with you guys the girl that kind of helped me. She's out of Texas, I believe, that
Yep.
kind of helped me kind of, figure that out and put that together. Of course, we pay for all these people to tell us stuff, and then we're like, we kind of tweak it into our own at the end of the day. But I
Yep.
know that for sure. She told me, like, I have the California Realtor on there, so you definitely want to
Here.
have that identify whatever, whatever location, like Riverside, California, whatever specialty you have. There's an area in Rosanna Ranch in San Bernardino, Rosanna Ranch specialist, like whatever area. I think I was kind of tweaking it and messing with it where I had originally Los Angeles, and then I was like, you know what, I just want all of California. And that helps people when they're searching for a real estate agent, or they're going to look up California real estate agent. So she definitely helped me with that, and cleaning up a lot of the items, like a lot of the highlight pages. I had to clean those up, and they still need work. I can see right now. But we have the highlights there, and then you want to have your kind of call to action, your phone number there. Let me see what else I have on there.
Does this go
And
to
then
your
your home.
direct phone, or is this like a CRM, like they get an
I
reaction?
actually only, good question. I actually only have one cell phone. You should probably have two though. You need your CRM phone number and then your regular phone number. I've always just kept it one. Again, these are things that have worked for me. But yeah, I definitely just have one. So all my spams and everything coming through one phone, always driving me crazy. And then through Linktree, the Linktree there. Yeah, if you click on there, I have like anything that they can search for, customize your home search. Let's schedule a buyer or seller appointment. What is your home worth? So if you click on all those, they're pretty easy to navigate as well. Follow me on YouTube, Happy Clients. And then I have at the end our Spotify playlist with a bunch of cool jams. So I kind of try to make it, a little bit more fun and my personality there.
Love that. Now,
Yeah.
do you ever go on Linktree and see like, okay, this is the link that's getting the most, like which one gets the most clicks?
The most clicks is, funny enough, it's the homegirl playlist gets a ton of, it gets a ton. Yeah. And then the buyer, I'm sorry, the customize your home search. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, those are always the one, but definitely the homegirl playlist. I don't know, man. People are jamming to that thing.
Yeah, it's so funny. I see like two different trains of thoughts, and obviously it's whatever works better. Like there's people who do like there's only one option on their link tree, right? And then there's people who have like 10 different ones, right? So I love this right here.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, let's go back to your profile, right? I like to just dive into what's the mindset, like because you talk about intention. It's like, okay, what's the intention behind this, and how can we emulate it, right? Because sometimes it almost feels like it's random, but no, there's a lot of flow and there's a lot of brilliance behind everything that you do, right? So I love that you have your CTA here. You have a little bit about yourself. You have your team Instagram here, and then a lot of people can just click here. So that's very cool.
Yeah, we engage so much with people. Like on our page, you'll see like, okay, coffee, right? You'll have the team being fun. We'll have the giving back, more having fun for the team. I think I was speaking at one of the events, so you'll have me there. So it's a little bit more like you can definitely see my personality through this. And definitely like client base. Like it's not just all me, it's like it's about the clients. It's always about them. I'm so huge on that. Like a lot of people get in this business too. They get stuck into like this ego. I think what happens is in this business is people start making like really good money and they start killing it, and then their ego gets to them. What happens to that ego? Like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and then things change, and then people realize that you've changed, and then you're just all about yourself and your fancy cars and your expensive purses. And again, all those things are great and they're fantastic, and whatever works for you, right? But just remember that people can see that, definitely people can see right through those things. So ego is a huge one in this business. I come across so many agents and I'm just like, oh man, you need an ego check. But hey, just kind of, I don't give them that ego back. I just, hey, casually like, great, sounds good. Have a great day. Definitely in this business, it's so important to check that ego, because once people start making money, things just change. Something in them changes.
Yeah, the energy that they're giving off.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love that we started the conversation with energy. I think energy is so important, and you're gonna attract whatever the energy is that you're putting out. So I agree. something that I'm seeing right off the bat that I love is that you're probably taking up 25, anywhere from 25 to 50% of the actual, you know, cover photos, right? So there's like such a nice diversity of here, like, because it's not all about you, right? So that's very cool. Um, on the real covers, right? Are you creating them yourself? Are you outsourcing them? How are you coming up with this? It's just like, okay, that's a cool part of the video. I'm just gonna do that. I think that you're muted. You are muted. All right, hold on. Let's unmute you. Here we go. Ask to unmute. Sorry.
That's probably me because I don't know how to do all
There you
this
go.
stuff.
You're back.
Yeah. So I definitely, if you guys are gonna know one thing about me, I'm very go with the flow. So yeah, those covers there, it's just like whatever looks good. Sometimes they don't even fit in that little box, but
Yeah.
it just works, because I've learned, like, at the beginning, I always wanted everything to be perfect. I'm like, no, this has to be perfect. This has to come off this way. It's, oh my gosh, my makeup doesn't look good in this one. I'm deleting it. And nobody
Yeah.
cares about any of those things. Nobody, honestly, nobody cares. Like, just put the content out there. You're going to engage with somebody, have that lead to conversation. As long as your intention with that person is good, you're going to get the lead. You're going to sell that house. You're going to get whatever you wanted from that client.
Agreed. Yeah, I love that. So, is there any video here in particular that you love to just walk us through, like the mindset of like why you made it, or is there any video here that you're like, okay, any of us can recreate this? Obviously, I'm personally not going to do this one, but that's an amazing video. Like, look at 359 likes. I feel like that's a fantastic video. Is there any like, hey, this is a video that I think everyone can do. They can recreate this. Like, which one would you walk us through?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. Let me see, scroll up a little bit.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. I think just recording yourself with educational stuff. Like, I have one. Yeah, I don't know, Rich. That's a good question. I feel like,
I like
yeah, there
this.
we go. Okay, there we go. That one there. Yeah, let's click on that one.
Yeah, I like that this is like a congratulations video because it
Yeah,
seems like those ones get the most reactions for you.
for sure. Yeah,
So,
that one's a good one. And I'll tell you guys how we did that there after. Yeah, that was kind of, yeah. So we really believe in giving the client the VIP experience. What we started implementing is hiring our videographer, which I'll give you guys his information. I think he charges about, like, that video costs $300, and we had a few versions of that one. And it's just the client having a great time, getting their keys, popping the confetti, making them feel really special. And they were so happy. Not only did they take video, but they have memories and pictures that'll last them a lifetime. Like, who's not gonna, and then they post them, and then they tag us, and then we're able to repost them. And then from that client there, I've already gotten 2 other really solid leads right now. So, these things will help. So the $300 that we spent, and we split it because it was Monica and I who was on the line as well, and on our team, we spent $150 each. We'd have that video. We have pictures that we can post. We have the client have their memories. Everybody's happy. And it costs us $150 each. And then when I'm doing it on our own, or any of us are dealing with their own clients, it's $300. And then I got 2 other recurring clients from there. It's a no-brainer, you guys. It's a great time. It make it fun. We always make it exciting. They're popping their champagne, they're popping their confetti. So we're all about that VIP experience. And I feel like it's just a no-brainer. Even if the guy would have charged us $500, it's still like a no-brainer. You're paying a little bit of money to definitely get that reoccurring business back.
So when you're going to closing, you bring a videographer every time?
Yes. And we do have to ask the client, like, for permission first. So we'll say, hey, can we bring our videographer? And literally no one has told us no yet. And you have to, this is why it's so important for you to know the personality of your client. A driver probably would be like, oh, heck no, right? But an expressive personality, an amiable personality, they're going to be all for it. Like the girl in our video there, one of our friends, she's super expressive. She's like, oh, she was a supermodel on it the whole time. She was so excited for her moment. But it's so important for you to identify the personalities of your client because you need to know who you're working with. But yes, we do ask for permission. We ask for us to post it. We get there first, we have our keys, we have our moment, we have our moment, and then our video guy Christian will come in and he'll kind of reenact stuff and kind of tell us how to hug, and here's the key, so he's getting the right angle of stuff. And it's a process of like 30 minutes of so much fun throughout the time. Like the client is so happy, they feel happy, we're excited, and that's a really, really good moment there. I highly encourage everybody to do that.
Love that. Yeah, I totally agree. I think the celebration with the client brings a lot of I think that brings a lot of exposure and memories, and people aren't gonna remember what you said, they're gonna remember how you made them feel.
Absolutely. And I know Carla just commented and she said that her clients refuse to use social media. That's okay. Ask them if you can post it, or if they say no, well, that's okay too. Give them the moments, they're going to be happy, and still always ask for referral. That's one of the things too, is we should always be asking for referrals. We always forget or we get too shy, but if we're providing an amazing service, you guys, our clients are going to be more than happy to refer us other clients. And think of it like not maybe after they get their keys, but maybe the day before they're going to get keys. That's when they're really, really excited. They probably have a little bit more time. Ask them for a review, not only a review, but hey, do you know anybody else that needs to buy or sell a house in the next 30 days or maybe in the near future? And that's when you're able to capture that referral. But we should always, always, always be asking for referral. We get too shy. I don't know why. We get too shy, but we're providing an amazing service, and we have, that client's going to be happy day before they get keys.
Yeah, something that I learned from actually the core, which Armando was a part of previously, is this core lender. She told me this. She was like, "All right, awesome. When you get to the CTC, all right, we just got the CTC. There's only one condition left, and the condition is I need 2 names of people who are going through the same situation you're going through, and for you to connect the 2 of us, so that way I can help them as well, right?" And that's like a final condition is you getting connected with 2 other people,
and you guys, this is awesome.
Yeah.
That, Rick, you know what? That is so awesome. I'm going to start implementing that. And that's why, like, I always say this when I'm at an event, I will take ideas from other people. And that's why these things are so important, like whether you're in person or it's through a Zoom, it doesn't matter. But we're sharing ideas with each other, like what works for me and then what works for you. And then we implement those things. So I actually really love that, Rich. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to copy that.
You are welcome. Absolutely. So anyways, let's get back to this. So we watched the video, we understand the purpose of the video, we understand the context behind it. Now, is there any way that, and I know that you're not super tech savvy, so I'm still gonna ask the question either way, because you want to connect, right? So is there any optimization here, anything that we should be aware of, like, okay, I'm doing this hashtag, I'm posting at a certain time? Is there anything that you can share with us, like, okay, we got to do that as well, like if somebody's taking notes?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so like the trending music is super huge. We focus on finding any trending music that has more than 60 hits. And Instagram, it's so easy for you to find that trending music. If you just under Reels, you just kind of swipe up until you find a song that's kind of going to go with the flow. As far as posting, you have to think of the person that's like 9 to 5 job, right? Before they go to work, they're probably scrolling, maybe during their lunch break at like 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock is a great time. 8:30 is a great time to post as well. The other day I posted like at 10:30 or something. I'm like, I'm never going to post at 10:30 again, because it was just a really bad time and the views kind of went down at that time. But I feel like 8:30 is a great time. Lunchtime is a great time, because what are people doing? They're scrolling. Yeah. And even on holidays, like I love posting houses like on Thanksgiving, because what are people doing when they're with their families? They're getting together, they're scrolling, they're like, I want to buy a new house. So those days, I definitely will post a house. The day before Thanksgiving, after Christmas, New Year's, because everybody's together and people are on their phone. We're just like, we're always constantly on our phone. So 8:30, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And then in the evenings, probably around 7 o'clock is a good time too.
What I'm hearing you say is post prior to people's breaks at work. Like, okay, we know you're about to have breakfast. Here's a video. So as soon as breakfast starts or lunch is going to start, here's a video for you, right? And then it's gonna boost up. So very
Yeah.
cool. All right. Now I know that you said you're a yes or yes type of person, right? On your call to actions. So is there a good example that we can see, or that, I mean, I guess you can just explain if you want to, right? I don't know
Okay.
what video you want me to go to.
So, so like if you post a house for sale, right? Or you're on your story,
Yeah.
post the house. We always try to make sure it's like a very attractive house, and we don't focus on the price point. Like for some reason, what works for our team is like a fixer upper. So we'll randomly post, like, let's say a fixer upper. Okay, fixer upper needs a lot of work. Hey, are you ready to buy a home in 2024 or this month? Or are you ready to learn more about buying this home that's under 500,000 in Fontana? Okay, so then we'll post that, and then we'll say, we'll give the option. So Instagram will actually ask you, like, what are the options or what are the questions? Yes. If not, the next option is like, yes, give a message me, please. So that would be like a call to action. And then from there, when the client says yes, whatever option they give, I'm messaging them right away. Hey, if I know them, if I don't know them, if I don't know them, I'll go to their page, and like the page will identify what their name is, right? Hey, Lexi, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Marcela. I would love to help you with your home ownership. So excited. This home is awesome. It may not be on the market, but it's just like a call to act. It's just a way to capture the lead, right? So this home is still available. If it is available, don't lie to them. But this home is still available. It's under 500,000. Let me send you more pictures. And is there a time that we can talk today? Where 5 or 6 o'clock work for you? So you're giving them a time to call you, but it's always a message. And can I get on the phone with you today at either 5 or 6 o'clock or whatever time?
So the intention is, I want to get on the phone with them today. Like,
yeah, I'm getting on the phone with them today.
2 options to respond to that. Are you doing any types of, actually, hold on real quick.
Sure.
In the chat, are you guys getting value? Just let me know. Fire emojis, let's go. Great value. If not, like, just, hey, you know what? Don't bring her back on here. Like, I don't know.
I know, right? Don't bring her back on. Damn, that's cold.
All right. I would like to know. Yeah. And yes, it is, there is going to be a recording. After this, I'll put some type of post up, and then I'm going to attach my mini chat, and it like, hey, if you want to access to the recording, type the word something. Maybe we'll call it Marcela. That it might.
Yeah, there you homegirl. Let's do homegirl.
We'll call it homegirl, and then once I post it to YouTube, it'll have a link to it.
Oh, and speaking of homegirl, you guys, like, remember to brand yourself. Like, yes. Brand yourself. You guys, brand yourself. It's so important for you to, like, I think when homegirl came about, it was like, what was catchy? I think people would be like, what's up, homegirl? And I'm like, oh, damn, I'm everybody's homegirl. Well, that kind of flows. Homegirl, And someone asked me one day too, they're like, hey, did the homegirl thing, like, did people like get turned off by that, or were they like, oh, this is kind of ghetto? I was like, no, definitely, I've never had that. I've had $1 million clients, and it's not affected anybody, so brand yourself. Don't forget to brand yourself. Thank you guys for the comments. Don't forget to brand yourself. It's all about like how you want to run your business, what you want people, like, I think Marina's on this call, and she has like the real estate mom or something, because her kids are all in sports. And that makes perfect sense for her to be like the Marina. If you can unmute yourself, I can't remember what it is. It's like mom, sports mom or something like that, or realtor mom or something like that.
I think I put like this mom sells or something as my hashtag, but it's not as catchy as homegirl, because your homegirl is part of your logo basically, and mine's not. But yeah, just essentially like baseball, because that's what we're doing. Mom's on the go. So yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So find your tribe. It's so important to find your tribe, you guys. That's so important as well. Who like people that have like their dogs, right? Dog lovers, they're going to love to hire you. Maybe your picture is with you and your dog, like things like that. Or find something that's also going to like be community. Find your community, whether it's through, hikes, cleaning up somewhere. Maybe that's your thing. Find your community, find your community. All those things have helped me. Like, I do a lot of stuff through my church. We give back so much every year. But that's just what we genuinely like doing that. Like, honestly, a lot of people do stuff just for like social media. But it's just one of the things where it's like very dear to us, and we post it online just so we can say, hey, yeah, or excuse me, we don't do it just to like show off and say, hey, we donated all this stuff. No, it's like, hey, we made these donations every year, but I couldn't have done it without all these people that donated. You know, I don't just make it about myself. So find your tribe, try to brand yourself, you know, come up with something, sports mom, realtor, whatever it is. Those things are super helpful. And then hashtag it all the time. You know, eventually people are going to look for that. And then hashtags at work are like, I'm notorious for like hashtagging all the time. It's like California real estate, Los Angeles real estate, so that I can come up, because there's a lot of people searching hashtags as well.
Yeah.
So be consistent about it. People have this misconception like, oh, I posted one video and it got like 40 likes and like 2 views. I'm like, it's okay, keep going. Like, that's one person that you didn't talk to if you didn't have that social media post. Be consistent, be everywhere. I try to be everywhere, you guys. I will walk in a room not knowing anyone, and my intention is like, I have to meet other people. I have to introduce myself. I got to know what they're about. I got to exchange phone numbers if I can at that moment. But I try to be everywhere all the time at the same time, if that makes sense. And people are going to eventually know you. Like, I have random people that know me. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, nice to meet you. And be nice to people too. Like, again, going back to that ego thing, it's so important. That ego just such a turnoff. I don't want to meet you if you have an ego.
Yeah, no, I agree. So thank you guys first off for all saying, you know, beautiful comments about Marcela, our homegirl. So great job.
Yeah.
I call somebody trying to get in. I have a question. So I'm curious. So there's 2 questions I have here, and then we're going to get into public. So the first question is, how do you brand yourself as a source of the source? And then the second question, so I don't forget it, is, are you using any types of funnels with your social media, like, you know, like ManyChat or, you know, things like that allow people to book themselves in your calendar?
So besides Linktree, like, no, it's just the Linktree. That's all I use. Yeah, very organic, very old school, very message me and send me a DM. But Linktree does have the option for somebody to book a consultation. I'll be honest, not a lot of people do. I think it's just they'll go in and message me directly. Yeah, for sure. They'll just, I make it, keep it simple, stupid. I keep it super simple, because I feel like the more that I add to stuff, people are like, or someone's like, hey, I tried to use that link to make an appointment and I don't know if it went through. And I was like, no, it definitely didn't go through, because I had to test it myself right when she mentioned it. And she just sent me a message, you know? But the power of social media, man, it's huge and it's free. Like, take advantage of these tools. If you're paying editors, Armando has an amazing editor that I've been using from him. He's cost like $15 to edit videos and make them fun. Yeah, like that guy's awesome. I love that guy.
Share it, bro. I thought Armando did it himself for some reason. I don't know. I was under a misconception. I was like, maybe he has his kids, you know, they already do videos for them. He has them working like a slave ship. I wasn't sure. Like, no, I'm just kidding. $15 video. That's pretty good, and he has good videos. So cool.
If you guys don't follow Armando, like, you guys have to follow Armando. His videos are freaking genius. I love them.
Yes. So
very fun.
I don't want to get too off track. So other question was, how do you brand yourself as a source of the source? And then if you guys have questions, start dropping them in the comments and then we'll get to them.
Man, right. I feel like that's such a hard question. Like, how do you actually brand yourself? I feel like find something that you love and people are going to relate to you. Again, like going back to like, if you're like a dog person, I know Armando loves to read books. So Armando's very much like, he puts it out there like, hey, this book and all that stuff. Like, find those things that kind of work for you and you brand yourself from there.
Nice. Okay. I mean, I think just being authentic. I think that from what I'm trying to say is your authenticity, your willingness to, you know, connect with people and have deeper conversations versus just having surface level, you know, fire emojis. I think that really helps a lot. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Start a book club, book clubs, whatever it is that you're into. Like, trust me, you're going to attract your tribe.
There you go.
I wish I can attract like all luxury people. Right? That'd be so everybody would be happy that way. But honestly, like start small. Like, you know, don't be afraid of that. Don't be, I remember like when I first started in the business, like people would come to me and like they wanted to buy a mobile home. And then eventually those people, I had to sell their mobile home so that they can buy like 600 or 700, $800,000 houses. So don't be afraid of that. It's okay. Like a client is a client. Don't focus on how much they're going to buy for. Like those things don't matter, you guys. I've focused all my business around like whoever needs real estate services, we're going to be there to help without focusing on dollar amounts.
Love that. Focus on people first.
Correct.
Mabi, I think that's Madi Lou. Is that right?
Yeah.
What's up, Madi Lou?
Hello, my friend. Christmas is coming. Hey, I have a quick question for Marcela. I came like maybe like 5 minutes late. I was having somebody in the phone. So hi, Marcela. Nice meeting you over. Yes. Quick question I have for you. Are you coaching with any company? Do you have a coach who's coaching you on daily basis? Something that can you share with us? Thank you.
So I'm barely starting like the Tom Ferry coaching. And then I do like the Danny Morel coaching, which is not really real estate related. It's more about me. So more so like the Tom Ferry.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like you have to have a coach in anything. Yeah. Anything you guys do, you have to have a coach because that person's going to know way more than you. And it's going to help you, whether it's keeping you accountable. I run my team. I'm their coach. So imagine if I had zero coaching and I'm just trying to freelance everything. It's not going to work. I have to have systems in place. I have to be organized in my business. I can't be, you know, a hot mess and just throwing random things out there. It's not going to work. My agents are not going to succeed if I don't know how to lead them. So I feel like everybody, especially in that leadership position, which I believe you have as well, you have to have that coach. It's got to be the right person that is going to align with you as well. That's so important. If I have a coach that's the total opposite of me and is into all these other things that I'm not into, it's not going to be a good match. So you just have to be careful of who, number one, your team lead is to you, and number two, who's coaching you as a team lead. You know, what kind of things do you guys, you don't have to have anything in common, but if they're going to be the right fit for you, that's so important. Otherwise, you're just wasting a bunch of money.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Marcela.
Of course.
Awesome. Great question, Madi Lou.
Yes,
anybody else have some questions? Let's see. We have a few minutes left. Or actually, yeah, we still have 10 minutes. Great. I was trying to make sure we didn't run over because I'm like one of the worst. Like I will literally have us running like 2 hours over. It's the worst thing ever. Fine. I'm flow as well. But let's see if anybody has any like awesome questions. Let's see. Actually, do you have I know you're using Armando's VA. Do you have any in-house VAs as well that you're using for social media outside of that?
No. I just have my assistant that helps me with everything, but no, she works for us. That's another thing too. Thank you for mentioning that. Like a lot of the stuff is in real estate, right? You want to focus on just being out there, putting yourself out there, being active, introducing yourself to people, networking with other people, networking with someone like Rich, you know, we do a lot of networking. I feel like with the work that we're doing, right? A lot of networking is so important in this business. When I first started, I literally never wanted to go to any networking events. I was like, oh, everybody just gets drunk. Everybody just, you know, wants to do other things. And honestly, those things didn't matter. If I would have done those networking events very early on, my career probably would have just been a little bit higher than it is now, right? So don't be afraid to network. And it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. And if you don't mesh with their craziness or whatever they're doing, doesn't matter. It's all about you and what you're taking from these speakers, these events that you're going to, whether it's a speaker or, you know, get your value and then go leave, you know, or whatever it is that you want to do after. But networking in this type of business that we do is so important. I'm part of NARUP, which is an organization, Hispanic real estate professionals, and that's helped me so much. I used to be so afraid of public speaking. I was very in my shell. I was like, oh no, I don't like this, the light on me, like it's okay. But it really helped me with public speaking so that I can better assist my team. So you'll find ways that, you know, networking is going to help you one way or another. Be part of these organizations. Yes, they're going to take a little bit of your time and work, but these things are super important for you guys to do. Super important. I totally believe in networking in this business. I'll show you, Suhey, how to do the link tree. It's super easy.
There you go. How about, I know you run a team. Do you have any like expectations around how much social media they need to do themselves. Like, hey, you need you being on my team, you have to do at least 3 videos, walk through, informational, educational. Like, do you do that?
Oh, for sure. So my agents know, like I hold them accountable every single morning. There's a text message, hey, post this home. I'm always telling them not what to do. I don't like to say like, oh, I'm giving them suggestions on things to post.
Yeah.
Every single day they're held accountable. Like they have to have certain escrows opened and closed to be on the team, because if they're stagnant and they're doing something or they're not doing anything that I'm telling them, I had somebody recently leave from the team, and it was almost like, oh, a breath of fresh air, because everything that I was telling them to do, it wasn't working for them and they weren't doing it. I'm like, well, then I'm not the team lead for you, because I'm here to hold you accountable. And I don't mess around in my business. They know that. Like, it's fun and we keep it simple, we keep it fun, but at the same time, they know that their team lead works their butt off. And if I can close X amount of deals, so can they. There's no excuses. And the girls work so hard. They're out there doing open houses. They're out there calling people. They're reaching out to these properties that are in distress to try to find our investors that we love working with. They're out there working really, really hard. And I feel like if I wasn't there pushing them, we all need that push. We all need that accountability. We all need that. So definitely I hold their standards really high. Probably Maribel's there right now. I should push you guys more. No, I'm kidding. They get pushed. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm excited. I have a guest that's coming up in a few. I don't know if we're gonna do this month or next month. And he does the same thing via social media. So I'm excited to share him. So let's see. Oh, there's a question. Any tips of where to search to find networking events?
Start through social media. Like, what are people posting? Social media, you can search for anything. Like, I'm trying to think. I mean, I'll send you a few, Suhey, but sometimes they'll want, I know, because she does like notary services. They'll want like booth sponsors. So they'll ask for a booth sponsor, right? So you pay like $250 to be a booth sponsor, a booth sponsor. But people forget that you're paying these $250. You better go out there and you better connect with people. You better introduce yourself. Otherwise, you're just paying $250 to have your booth there. Nobody's going to come. Nobody's going to be attracted to you. Find a way to connect with people. Otherwise, you're just wasting $200, $500 on this sponsorship, knowing that you're in a room full of 500 people. That's 500 opportunities for you to meet and connect with someone that's going to change everything for you. So starting on social media is a good place to start, and kind of search for these organizations that offer events. Events are so huge. Real estate events. I'm trying to think what other kind of events. First-time homebuyers events. Like any of these events where there's going to be more than 50 people, you got to attend them, especially being the notary services that you have.
Yep. Very easy tip is search on Eventbrite. You'll find a lot of real estate events there. So I think that's a great way to find events. And then also most associations kind of talk about like if they have any events going on as well. So yeah, those are great ways to find out. Man, I had like one other question for you and I can't think of what it was. Oh, here we go. All right. So you're ADD like me, right? So my brain is always going, right? So I have like, where do you store your ideas, right? Because I'm sure that you get 17,000 ideas a day. Do you put them all on a spreadsheet and then you're like, okay, you go back to it and say, okay, I want to do that idea? Or how do you do it? For me, like I send all my stuff to my assistant. Like she gets all, like her phone is middle of the night. What the hell's going on? She's like, what's going on here?
Gotta love it. Yeah, great question. Every single day when I wake up, I have my calendar right here. And I have like everything that I'm supposed to do, my priorities. I'll send you guys this one. No, you can't see it because I blurred everything out. But every single day I have my calendar. Like without this spreadsheet, it's a notepad. Without this notepad, I would literally go crazy. I would lose my mind. We often try to hold everything up here, but it's just going to drive us crazy, because then we have like a problematic client, an unhappy person, an escrow that's taking the wrong turn. You can't hold everything up here. So for me, what has worked is every morning I have my intentions. I have what I need to do, what's a priority for me. they have to be written down. Otherwise they get lost. And I don't want to live like that. I used to live like that the first 2 years in real estate. I was like, dude, this is going to drive me crazy. I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm going to freaking end up in the hospital. And this is what works for me, you know, and your CRM should be working for you guys too, where you're inputting the client, putting their birthdays, putting their phone numbers and all that stuff. But yeah, you have to. For me, what works is a notepad every single morning. I check off what my priorities are. Red means like attention now. Green is like, okay, that can wait till the end of the day. But every day, like I have a schedule every single day, and things go wrong, and sometimes I don't get to everything, but the priority stuff definitely always gets taken care of. And that's where get shit done comes into.
Oh, I love it. Well, we are at the top of the hour. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm excited. I feel like soon enough, I know me and Armando were talking about it. We're going to do an event in person pretty soon. I know Marilu asked me to come to her office as well. And also Legacy office, they asked me. So I'm sure that we're going to do something in person, maybe beginning of next year, January, February. So thank you all for coming. Oh, wait, sorry. Last question. Rich, can you ask her, what CRM do you use?
Follow us.
Fub. Fub and White Lobo. No, I'm just kidding.
I know how, yeah, that too.
Fub and White Lobo. There you go. And Sisu. Everybody has the same tech stack.
For sure. For sure.
So there you go. Fub. If you need a referral code, let me know. I'm just kidding. No.
There goes that sales pitch coming.
I'm just
Thank
kidding.
you.
No, it works. So anyways, guys, thank you all for being here. I will send out the recording once it's done, and have an amazing day. Take care. Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye guys.
Thanks, Marcela.
Thank you.